A pleasure to meet all at last, and welcome back to films I should have talked about years ago. So for today, let's focus specifically on one particular DreamWorks film that I feel like should have at least been spoken up about once. Let's go ahead and talk about a 2013 film known as Turbo. The story of a snail who gains high speed, amazing superpowers that have been used constantly. Probably my overall favorite would have to be Dash from The Incredibles, but a snail taking on the superpower of super speed? Why not? If DreamWorks can pull it off, then I suppose that anybody can pull it off. But DreamWorks got to it first, so end of story. It's been almost 10 years now since the film has come out too, so I suppose my time to shine, to be able to talk about this film finally, has come. I probably won't get much more time after this, in the same way that I've already lost so much time before then. Anyways though, Turbo is the story of a snail called Theo who dreams to become a winner of the Indy 500 Racing Championship. Unfortunately, because he's a snail, he cannot do so. He cannot even go past 1 mile per hour. He is so slow that he literally went a few inches across a table in 17 minutes. Yeah, a short distance. I could literally make one step and that would have taken me less than 2 seconds. Yeah, compared to 17 minutes. What a joke. But anyways, Ryan Reynolds plays the role of Theo with ease and with some nice comedic relief in there to help keep us entertained at all costs. But the thing is that the really big important thing is that even though Theo is a snail working with other snails in the same property, trying to defend themselves against a young boy who goes around on his tricycle and also picking ripe tomatoes before winter, Theo himself actually ventures out at one night until he comes across a drag race. And this drag race is in fact the home to some pretty dangerous cocktails. Most importantly, nitrous oxide. This is in fact the specialized formula used in creating turbocharged nitrous oxide tanks. These tanks are capable of relaying the gas out in ways that can allow cars to speed up super fast. And when Theo accidentally gets caught inside the liquid itself, it actually alters his DNA at a molecular level, giving him the unique ability to go turbo. Yeah, he literally goes all the way back to his home, nice and fast, leaving behind a lot of blue trails behind him, thus proving that there is such a thing as a super fast snail. Yeah, who would have thought that that would ever happen? Theo eventually convinces the others that he should be able to join in on the Indy 500, but eventually what happens is that a duo of brothers from a taco truck actually capture the snails in a class. And one of them takes him with him, takes him back to the exact plaza where he's from. The Dos Bros taco truck is in fact the home to Luis Guzman and Michael Peña's characters. And these two are in fact running their own taco business that unfortunately is failing because they aren't getting a lot of customers, and therefore not a lot of revenue. However, one day there eventually comes the bright idea. Turbo gets the idea to convince Luis to be able to go out. Wow, who would have thought? Anyways though, Dos Bros becomes Uno Bros, because one of them just completely objects everything about it, so the other one is forced to leave him behind and go to the Indy 500 all by himself. After some time though, after all that is said and done, a lot of things become complicated, but eventually Indy 500 actually does allow Theo himself to race. To race against the likes of the legendary Formula One icon himself, his own hero, Theo's own role model in life that inspired him to become who he is nowadays. Yeah, so he basically goes head to head with his hero now turned rival on the track. After a nice heated battle out there, a long track, lots of laps, and after eventually losing his powers for some odd reason, Theo eventually uses his regular strength, his regular speed, really slow of course, to be able to cross the finish line all on his own. And that is basically Turbo in a nutshell. The story of a snail picks up superpowers, gets the idea to go to an Indy 500 so it can get the money and the fame to promote a dying plaza, a series of businesses that have been crumbling for a long time, and they're in desperate need of money or else they're all going to shut down. He manages to win the race, and when he does, everybody's all back to business, gathering tons of customers left and right. So overall, this was a really good movie for what it was. I really do like the idea of making a snail go super fast. Anybody could have performed this, but it wasn't until 2013 when we finally were able to do so. And DreamWorks, quite a legend themselves in the art of computer animation. Unless, of course, we're talking about Disney and Pixar, or even Blue Sky, which unfortunately went defunct. But DreamWorks still is a huge mastery of computer animated movies. Even today, of course, with their latest film, The Bad Guys, they really proved that they could go well above the top, over and beyond. So, bravo on that part. As for this, though, I definitely maxed out when I gave The Bad Guys a really big score. I definitely maxed out my own expectations on all ends. And I'm sure you probably did too, but compared to Turbo, I'm probably just going to have to go in, probably not all the way, but still, a nice 8.0 out of 10.1. Still a good score nonetheless, but I still feel like it would have been a little bit better. Anyways though, that's all I got to talk about here, so make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side if you'd like to see more.